to unpack this? The word perhaps is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. You pissed off the dragon. I don't have resources to pull for Varka. Who do you think I am? Wait, who's that? Whose kid is this? How many people in the Hexen Circle got a bob? Friends and gamers, I welcome you to, what time is it? 10 p.m. reaction time for the first time in a while. It's been a weird little while here. If you're curious, Puppy is like a foot, not even a foot away from me. I woke him up by moving my microphone arm because it is so loud and probably needs to be like greased or something. It makes such a loud noise. So I have for many a day been telling myself, okay, today's the day we get back caught up on reactions. We're gonna start them today, and then we don't. We had a singular Genshin video get released today, so I feel like this is like a good place to start. It is almost 7 minutes long, so there is that. I don't think it's a cutscene from within the game because it says animated short, but with Genshin, you really never know. In the last like 2 years, Genshin has changed up how they market the game on like social medias, like generally on YouTube so much. They've changed it so much. So don't think this is a spoiler for like the actual gameplay cutscene, but you never know. Regardless, I'm so behind in Genshin that we're just gonna watch it because by the time I actually get to the part with Varka in it, because this is a Varka video, by the time we actually get to that, I'm probably gonna forget about this video. So today we will be watching another prologue animated short for Varka the Legend. I don't know why that's the hashtag. I think they just wanted a fun hashtag for Varka, and it's a little weird. It's like, okay, yeah, sure. Okay, Varka, whatever you say. Oh my god, they got the AI summary on like the Genshin Impact videos. I don't need this here. Even Toto's puppy. Toto doesn't like it either. There was a special program for Genshin, wasn't it? Luna 5. I haven't even finished Natlin yet. Damn, shows you what I know. I think we can watch this without being like too confused though, right? Like it's Varka. We all know who Varka is. He's only been mentioned in the lore since like the beginning of the game. All right, what do we have in the description? I'm not reading the AI summary, you can't force me to. It is the fate observed by a mere handful, including the one in whose fate lies. Okay. If everything were predetermined, perhaps that would bring some relief. Yet those who dare to tread the diverging paths of destiny are often the ones hailed as heroes. Okay. Do we want to unpack this? Because there's definitely something to unpack here. So line 2 is definitely ragging on fate, the whole concept of fate, which we've seen so much in not just Genshin, but like it's in Genshin. It's there. So like, yeah, fate sucks. Not that it is ragging on fate by saying like, oh, if you knew everything that was going to happen in your life, you wouldn't have to like worry about it. The word perhaps is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Like, oh yeah, like in hindsight, knowing everything would be great, but then also like we get kind of boring, wouldn't it? Those who dare to tread the diverging paths of destiny are often the ones hailed as heroes. So those who end up doing something different and like doing the thing that is not predetermined or decided for them, taking some sort of risk, makes those people the hero, right? I'm curious how that relates to Varka lore though. I could see possibly where it does, but like I don't want to jump to any conclusions. The first line though, whoa, what just happened? YouTube changed the UI and I don't know what's happening anymore. They changed the UI for YouTube like every month now at this point, and I hate every update. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But yeah, the first line, couldn't tell you what that one means. We're gonna have to Socratic seminar this one. I'm popcorning to somebody else because I don't know what that one means. It could be because it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm tired. It's Monday, but we move. We're just gonna watch this. I might have to lower the volume, I'm not sure. Blonde Traveler. Okay, so do we have a list of who's in this one? No, of course we don't. That's probably Alice.
Fate.
It's always Alice, isn't it?
Where were we?
Varka. Despite
We're talking about
opposition
Varka.
within the church, he approved the request.
I don't know because the voice did switch. I don't know who that is.
So, Barbados and Varka went to Star Snap.
Okay. Field trip with Venti and Valen. Oh!
Who flew back to Storm Terra's land.
So Varka's jokes are so bad
broke the seal
that you pissed off the dragon.
A fight to the death
Awesome.
Between Varka and Valen.
Why is that endearing? Why is the fact that Varka's dad jokes are so bad that he pissed off a dragon? Do I find that endearing? I haven't logged into Genshin. Fun fact, I haven't logged into Genshin in like at least a month. Actually, no, that might be a lie. I think I logged in for a dailies video and I don't know if there was anything I even did in that. I don't think there was anything I could have done because Lantern Rite isn't open yet. Anyways, it might be open now. I think Lantern Right, is it? No, Lantern Right is open, but there's a combat event that's like adjacent to Lantern Right. I was gonna do in a dailies gacha shenanigans video I recorded the other day. Wasn't open yet. Might be open now, but it wasn't open like 3 days ago. But yeah, I haven't logged into Genshin in like at least a month. I don't have resources to pull for Varka. Who do you think I am? I missed Columbina's banner just because I haven't had time. Or like the mental fortitude.
Fighting a real dragon was always Varka's great.
Is this just Alice doing a bunch of different voices? Or is it like NPCs I don't know about? Because that could also be valid.
But sadly, they were unable to free Dvalin from the clutches.
So this is like pre-Mondstadt lore? Because Dvalin still ends up in the abyss. Dvalin still ends up in there, right?
After that,
and then we
celebrated as a hero.
We save.
Storm Terror threat.
Yeah, he resolves the Storm Terror threat, and then we come in and do it again. Does the statue actually exist in Mondstadt? I don't think it does. Oh, but our friends! So Kaya and Diluc are back here. Venti's sitting on a building. Of course he is. We have Jean and Barbara, and then Albedo. Wait, who's that? Who's this kid? Whose kid is this? Whose kid is this, and why does it look like Xingqiu? Wait a minute. Is it that Aluga guy? I don't think it's Aluga, right? Is that how you say his name? Because his hair is more gray and his color scheme is more red, right? Right? Guys, I'm scared. Whose child is that? Am I forgetting a character? I don't think I'm forgetting a character.
Good for him.
And it doesn't make sense that that would be Xingqiu and or his brother. Because we are in Mondstadt. How did the kid from Liyue get here? How did that happen? Who is that? I'm just, you know what? I'm going to chop it up to that is a character and Nodcry that I don't know about. We're just going to leave it at that because I don't want to be thinking about that for the next 7 minutes. Look at the... I love the little Dodocos. Oh, did they do surround sound on this? Oh, yeah, for sure.
But at the same time,
I had like Alice in one ear.
could easily
Okay, so the people narrating, we have Nicole here. It was the Hexen Circle. Okay, this is the Hexen Circle's tea gossip.
So why did he
Tea
go
time
on
with the
the
Hexen Circle.
Was it because of the disturbance in fate?
Okay, so we're really just calling it fate.
Pact with the Hexen Circle and the support
The little
of
candies are
Barnacles
cute.
made him feel safer leaving
I don't know who that is.
Mondstadt. But of course, the real reason lies
I like her.
elsewhere. Do you remember when he requested to be the first
I actually-
challenger of the Hexen
which one is that?
Circle's trial?
Is that the same? Hold on, we're gonna get into more. She had a bob, but it wasn't like the same bob that the Hexen Circle member who created the Midliaster Wonderland. It wasn't the same bob, but it was still a bob. How many people in the Hexen Circle got a bob? This is why we need to get caught up with Genshin Impact. All right, let's see what horrors they're putting Varka through. What's he up to?
I'm impressed.
So this is Stygian Onslaught, yeah?
The trial.
Is it Stygian
Your
No, the theater one, yeah? Oh. You might have got me there. Listen, the all-black fit, I am not immune to an all-black fit. Truly. I don't know who animated this one, but they knew what they were doing. Why is his shirt cut that low? Why? Who decided on that one? Because I have some choice words, but I'd also like to thank you. We're gonna move on. I think that... Actually, no, I lied. I didn't know we're not moving on. I think HoYoverse, walk with me, right? Varka skin, it's just a recolor in all black. It's just this. You know what? It's literally, you could take the jacket away. Just this. You can make a lot of money. Just saying. You could come up with the worst event ever. Like the worst Genshin event we've ever had. And make the reward this skin. Because like, not much is going on. It's not worth like XYZ amount of paid currency. However, you release this all black fit without the jacket as like a 4-star free event outfit. I guarantee stonks would be up. Everyone would play the event. Even if it sucked. You'd have people putting in the work for this thing. Thank you for coming to my second TED Talk of the video. I am a marketing genius.
My strength to the test. Maybe I could get a peek at your scry glass.
I know he's not like stupid, but
But what could an ordinary human
the way he's like,
see?
what? The way he was acting, it was just like,
Most people would see
all right.
nothing.
he's very golden retriever coded, if that makes sense.
Is that which fate itself wishes to reveal?
I think that's the point though, is to have him be very golden retriever coded. We've had a couple of characters like that, but like he's like he's big and muscular.
Of abyssal origin
What are we talking about?
has arisen in Nodcry.
Oh.
Shall soon extend to
Oh, that's not good.
Even now, this
So-
calamity is claiming many in
So hold on. For the entirety of Genshin, almost, I've had a running theory that a lot of the various corruption things we see is the same, like, base corruption. It's the same abyssal power, just taking different forms in different areas, being called different things in different areas of Devat, because that just is how the world works. Different things are going to be called, like, the same thing is going to have a different name in other countries, sort of thing, in other languages, dialects, what have you. So it would just make sense that the abyssal corruption, it's the same abyssal corruption. It just looks a little bit different because of the other elements at play in every nation. And then also it's called something different because that's the name the people came up with. I've been running with that theory for like the entirety of Genshin. I don't know if it's a common theory, but it's more of like a little like linguistic thing. I'm really interested in things like etymology, so it's just kind of something I've like theorized throughout Genshin being a thing. And I feel like this almost kind of proves it, but like in a scientific way and not just like oh yeah, linguistics. This calamity is claiming different line. A calamity of abyssal origin has arisen in Nodcry. Its reach will soon extend to Mondstadt. I don't want to bring up a map of Tevat to work with here. Probably should. We're not going to, because this video's already become longer than it needed to be. But this does make me like think that theory that like abyssal corruption is the same thing, just with a different name everywhere in Tevat, it's kind of making sense. Because I will say Mondstadt is one of the only nations where I was like, it hasn't hit Mondstadt yet. I don't know if it's like there's inklings of it in Mondstadt. There's maybe something going on in Dragonspine that can constitute abyssal corruption and fit into that narrative. Because like in Liyue we have the chasm. In Sumeru there's the like bulbous thing. You know, the rot. I don't remember what it's called because it's been so long. But the plant things in Sumeru. In Fontaine, it was something with the water. Like there was like the abyss poisoned the water supply. And then I haven't finished Natlan, right? So I can't say for certain there, but I know I saw stuff about abyssal corruption in Natlan. There was nothing in Mondstadt. We had Dragonspine, but not really Mondstadt. And even Dragonspine was kind of like a loose thing. I'm thinking this is the Mondstadt one, and it's kind of wrapping back around to Mondstadt. So that's unfortunate. So, yeah, that sucks. In terms of like game lore, kind of rocks. But like if we take it from like if you are a character in Genshin Impact, if you are living in Tevat and this is happening, you're screwed. You're screwed. From like an outside perspective though, great storytelling. It feels like it's like this overarching narrative that is now coming to a head, and it's like, oh, this is a big problem now. We gotta. And Nodcry already kind of was that. I said it was a valid retcon before because the Genshin story got so much bigger than I think anyone ever expected. And so the devs had to shoehorn in Nodcry to make it make sense and tie up some loose ends before we actually get into Shinasnaya. And then I do believe, I have no way to prove this, but I do believe we will have some sort of chapter related to Celestia, even if it is just like a prologue, or it's part of Shinasnaya, I think would make more sense. We're going to have at least one patch in Celestia, all right? We're going to have one patch kicking some god's ass, okay? Do I have any proof for that? No. But I've been playing this game long enough to theorize about it. It just is really cool to kind of see certain things almost puzzle piece together. And that was the general point of doing the Nodcry arc, to have those puzzle pieces fit together. And it's cool. It is cool to actually see that happening.
to Mondstadt.
So
Even now,
Mondstadt's screwed.
calamity is claiming many innocent lives.
Do we think it started in Nodcry? So it's Mondstadt and Shinasnaya haven't been affected too heavily, but it is getting very close, is what it sounds like.
Varka launched his expedition to Nodcry.
Okay, and so Varka probably had some sort of inkling that, okay, that's not what we're pausing on. That's not what we're pausing on. It sounds like Varka had some sort of inkling of like what this like corruption thing. I don't know who told him, but he had some sort of inkling of it. Found out it was coming from Nodcry, or went searching for it and found the source to be Nodcry. So I'm just gonna assume that the Greater Tevat abyssal corruption is coming from Nodcry. As somebody who has not gone to Nodcry yet and has not done the story past to Natlan, we'll get caught up eventually. Don't worry about it. It's just my opinion. That's kind of where we're at.
Barbie. Don't
Barbie?
tell me. This was you
Wait, so
testing
the one with the bob is Barbie?
it.
Barbie with the bob, all right.
I didn't need to.
Was there one of the Hexen Circle? was B, right? So B is Barbie.
All I know is that he truly
Okay.
is worthy of the Hexencircle's
I love the difference in Alice and Nicole is so funny to me.
In that case,
And yes, it's not. I've brought up before that Alice and Nicole are also Zenless and Zero characters, but I don't think there's any correlation. I just think HoYoverse likes those names.
otherwise,
HoYoverse has a list of English names they really like, and they've used them in two of their games now.
sacrifice the defining moment of their life to
Wait till you find out about Carol and Zenless Zone Zero and Carol and Honkai Impact 3rd.
focus on the suffering
No
of
correlation.
others.
Just name.
Huh? Well,
I love Barbie's makeup, by the way.
underestimate him.
I'm so serious about this. She kind of slays. Where are we now? Oh my god, wait. Oh, we're back to Varka story. Whoa. I can't tell if this is 2D or 3D animation, and that is like... That's how you know you slayed. Oh my god. It's probably just like extremely well done 2D. Like they put in the work on this, you know? That's ridiculous.
Hey, man.
Hey man.
Hey, man.
Who's Varka's VA? They sound so familiar. But I say this all the time, I don't like to speculate on voice actors if I don't know it's officially been confirmed who's the voice actor is, because I don't want to break anyone's NDA or something. And obviously me just speculating doesn't break the NDA, but then if more people start speculating and start asking the voice actors like, hey, is this you? That's when it can get a little dicey, and I don't want to perpetuate that, quite frankly.
That was rough.
That was rough.
The wild hunt here.
Okay, so that beast thing was part of the wild hunt.
I know you.
Okay.
Wait, what was it?
If he says the thing about
Grand Master of the
All
Knights
right.
of Favonius,
He's gonna say it, isn't
Knight
it?
of Boreas, Varka.
How'd he say it? Wait a minute. Circle back.
Knights of Favonius, Knight of Boreas.
Boreas? Boreas. This whole time I thought it was Boreas. Like you said more of the O. Like it was like a longer O. Boreas. It's Boreas? Like a short O? I don't like that. I don't like that. However, I don't like that.
Varka.
I thought he was gonna say Varka the Legend, but no. Honestly, I think I would have preferred if he said Varka the Legend instead of Boreas. That's gonna haunt me now. How many years has Genshin been around? Boreas. I thought it was Boreas this whole time. I'm mad now. That ruined my night.
Thanks for the wine.
That ruined my night, and I watched Olympics prime time today
As the Grandmaster.
and had to rewatch
shouldn't you
some
be back home enjoying the
just
vacation?
some flop skates today. All right.
Playing hero? Why are you out here roughing it?
Most
like
of them were good.
us?
Most of them were good. I will say that. But there was some some people. I'm not gonna elaborate on that.
Funny you should ask.
They keep focusing so much on his sword. Also, it is so cozy to be hearing Mondstadt music again, just like in the wild, you know? I love it.
Dreamed that life once. Well, we'll call it a dream.
Was the dream the trials he was put through by the Hexencircle?
We fought tooth and nail against a real-life dragon.
Oh no.
And then
This was the Dvalin bit.
got a hero's welcome when I returned triumphant.
Okay. So
Raised
this is
glass
his side of the story.
and drank the night away.
Wait, so that's how they make the skewers? They like stick them in the ground? That's clever. Because then you don't have to hold it the whole time.
Hey, stop laughing. I'm telling you, it could have been me.
Oh my gosh. What do you mean that could have been me, Varka? And you can still hear the fire. All right, Genshin, I wasn't expecting that from you. Especially, it's like Lunar New Year times. I know a lot of studios that are based in Asia are still taking time off. And just to drop this out of nowhere, however, impressive. Another prologue. It's interesting because it's called another prologue, but you kind of have this prologue of Varka lore, what Varka's been up to before we finally meet him in the game, right? But you have it from two different points of view already. You have the Hexencircle gossiping over tea, and then it flashes back and forth between Hexencircle gossip and Varka actually telling the story. Interesting. I think the another prologue actually is Varka's side of the story. Personally, I think that would be the another one, like the second one, but also like the real one because it's being told from Varka's perspective. That's what he's gone through. But then also on the flip side, the other prologue could be actually the Hexencircle tea gossip. Like one side of it, one prologue is the Hex and Circle Tea Party. The other one is Varka's actual lived experiences. And I don't know which one is the another prologue referenced in the title, but one of them is. I like to think that Varka's lived story is the one that's being referenced in the title as like the better one and not the Hex and Circle Tea Party. However, I did very much enjoy the Hex and Circle Tea Party. The Hex and Circle always slays. Very well done in terms of being like the animated short though. Like there's like different types. There's like 3 different types of animation going on here. We have the like more we have the more like visual novel, live 2D type animation. And I'm not saying this is done in live 2D, but it's like very close to it. What we've seen in like Genshin Impact events and like stuff like the World Quest, you know, things like that. Like this is the sort of cutscene you would see at the end of an event in Genshin, right? Where it's more stills that move and things like that. But then also we have the fully animated 2D Hex and Circle, the Hex and Circle Tea Party. And then also we have this style, which is also 2D. It's very similar to the Hex and Circle Tea Party, right? The fully animated 2D here, but there's just something a little bit different about it. I think it might be that they've incorporated some 3D or even just like tracing over a 3D model for something like the Wild Hunt Beast here. There's something about this particularly that when I see certain things move, like it looks like 2D, but also parts of it, even like this, like some of the character movements are reminiscent of something like, I know that there's other examples of shows, usually more Western animation inspired by anime type beat that is done in 3D animation. I know there's other ones, but my go-to example is unfortunately Ruby, but more not like the OG animation, but like the more like season 8 and 9 sort of style, you know? And that is done in 3D, but it's very well done 3D. The thing about Ruby is that the 3D animation in Ruby started off very janky, but as time went on, because they started that in like, oh god, when did I watch it? Because I watched the first couple of seasons as a kid and then caught back up with it as an adult because I wasn't watching anime for a while, so I caught up with it later on. I want to say 2013. Like I want to say it was 2013. It's over 10 years old, right? The whole entire series. There's like 9 seasons, and they're working on season 10, I think. But then there was the whole Rooster Teeth. I could go on about this. We could go on about the lore. I just find the animation so interesting because there's definitely at least like 2.5 different styles. Because I think the Varka clips are done very similarly to the Hex and Circle, but even just the lighting on them makes them look wildly different. Because this is like pretty lighting, and then this with the Varka, the lighting is much darker. I can't tell. Because part of it, I think it might be a mix of 2D and 3D. I think that's what I'm gonna land on here, because there is a lot more combat. Like the Hex and Circle is pretty stationary, but Varka and like he's obviously going to be doing more combat, so that would make a certain amount of sense that they use some 3D here, right? I will be the first to tell you, I don't think there's anything wrong with using 3D animation in anime and or Western animation inspired by anime. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I grew up on Ruby. What do you expect me to say here? I think when 3D animation is used well, it looks really good. So we'll end it on that. I think if they did use any 3D animation here, which I do think they used a little bit for Varka because it's not as stationary as some of the other parts of this video. I do think they used a little bit of 3D, even if it was just tracing out 3D renders for certain scenes. I think it looks really good here. This was done very well. It got me thinking about the lore. I love it. We gotta find a money shot to end on then. And we probably should end on Varka because it's his bit. There we go. We'll end right there. Perfect. The Varka the Legend. I keep wanting to call him Varka the Great, but that's not the title. Okay, Puppy is getting antsy, so we're gonna be done. I also have yapped all I have needed to yap about this. It took half an hour. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and hit the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. I will have this video linked down below if you would like to watch it without me yapping over it. But as always, I hope everyone had or is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!